If you're one of the 40 million tourists that just visited Japan during 2024 wondering, should I move here? Then you might wonder how you could actually move here in the first place. Maybe it's been a dream since you Naruto sprinted through elementary school, or maybe you've been watching my fellow Swede in Japan, PewDiePie, living his dream life over here. Perhaps you even already convinced yourself that you love the Japanese culture and heritage and not necessarily the anime stuff. No matter the reason, here are some ways you can get on a flight to Japan and not get kicked out. So first, you will need a visa, which comes in many different forms. The easiest one is the tourist visa, which allows you to stay up for 3 months to do copious amounts of tax-free shopping, embarrass yourself with your broken Nihongo, and basically just violate all of the rules and etiquettes of Japan. You get this visa by having a passport from one of these countries and essentially just showing up at the airport. Tough luck there, buddy. Otherwise, you just need to apply for it at the local embassy. But this visa doesn't actually let you get residency, so let's move on to ways on how to settle down. If you're still in school and want to be the exotic transfer student, you've probably thought about coming as an exchange student. That's where you can get student visa to take classes at the local school or university. And this is a great way to get some exposure to Japan without too much commitment, as it's usually just temporary. And sometimes you can even stay with a host family to get the full cultural experience. There are many agencies that can help you set it up, but it can be quite costly, so try to get some free scholarship money if you can. Now, if you're too old to be allowed on school grounds, then you can still get a student visa at the language school. It can be quite costly, but you can also do some part-time work on this visa, and you will actually start to earn the Nihongo jouzu. So this is one of the easiest ways if you don't have a degree, but it also can't be extended forever. Another low-commit short-term visa is the working holiday visa. Essentially, you're just a glorified tourist with temporary residency and the ability to do some work on the side to supplement your travel funds. Sounds pretty good to me. Moving on, you might have heard a lot about the JET program, especially from this dashing lad. So the JET program stands for Japan Exchange and Teaching Program, where the government hires a bunch of English-speaking foreigners to spend their time in the teacher's office just pretending to be busy. And every now and then, you join an English class as an assistant language teacher to inspire the young Japanese children to speak English. To enroll in this program, you need a bachelor's degree. There are also requirements on English language skill and the ability to lie on how much you like this part of Japan and not so much this part. The last requirement is the ability to stay at a somewhat dead-end, lower-paid job in a foreign country with no support lines. Yeah, good luck, man. But actually, they just announced a significant pay raise for the JET ALTs, so that's nice. Anyways, you can always just pick up a camera and become a Japan influencer. If ALT is not really your thing, then you might be more interested in a specialized work visa, the so-called Engineer Specialist in Humanities International Services visa. These come in different categories and lengths, but essentially you need the following 2 things. A company to sponsor your visa, and a university degree or 10 years of experience in a somewhat specialized field. This is the bog standard, I got a job in Japan and settled down type of visa, and it's one of the most popular among foreigners in Japan before they get their permanent residencies. These visas are usually for work that normally requires degrees, such as in engineering, financing, marketing, consultants, etc. etc. So you will not be getting this visa to work at your local family mart. For this visa, you also need a job offer in Japan or a transfer to a Japanese branch of your current company. And neither of these are really super easy to get, but there are resources out there that will help you out. I'll also make a video on that someday, so hit the subscribe button so you won't miss it. Now, if you meet the requirements and aim to get this visa, I would suggest you work on also getting a JLPT certification, because it opens up so many more positions for you. But there are also many cases of highly skilled people not needing the language requirements, so give it a shot. Another common visa is a spousal visa. Yep, that's right. You are now the green card immigrant, the foreign trophy hubby or wife to your Japanese spouse who probably cares more about your foreigner status than you as an actual person. Now, if you're married, then that's basically enough for you to settle in Japan, right? And you can enjoy all of the perks of actually living in Japan. Well, at least until they leave you due to language barriers, cultural differences, or the growing resentment over your inability to separate the trash properly. Then you're on your own, at least until your visa runs out. Good luck.